This is the last part of 3.2. Now let's look at the example, how to use graphic calculator to find the average cost function. So here we have a cost function, C of x. Okay, so what does cost function represent? It's represent per computer of manufacturing X computers per day. Okay, that's what the X represent. So now the problem asks us to find the following 5 questions. Okay, A, determine the average cost of manufacturing 30 computers per day. And then next, 40 computers a day. And then the third one, find the average cost manufacturing 50 computers a day. And then ask us graph this function, okay, graph the cost function. And given the domain, okay, what's the value of X? Okay, again, X represent how many computer produce per day. And then the last part of the question asks us to create a table with table star equals 1, and then delta table also equals 1, which value of X minimize the cost function. Okay, we're trying to find the result of this 5. Of course, we can do everything manually, right? Especially for ABC, we can plug in when X equals 30, when X equals 40, when X equals 50, However, let's look at this function, very complicated, right? And the number doesn't seem to be easy calculated. So that's why we would like to use our graphic calculator to help us to find all the A, B, C, D, E, all those solutions. All right, so now let's see how can we do it. I'm gonna switch to the TI-84 emulator. Okay. All right, let me clean it up. Okay, I already put a function in, so let me start from the scratch. All right, first, in order let calculator to help us evaluate the function and grab the function, we have to enter the function first. Okay, so how to enter function in a graphic calculator? Okay, here's the starting screen. So you need to click y equals, okay, to enter the function. Input the function first, okay, use y equals. All right, let's do that. That's 0.56x. Okay, here's the letter x, and then need to be squared. Here's x squared function. All right, and then minus 34.39. You can do that on your calculator, okay, as I do it. You just follow, okay, plus 12.57 plus 20,000 divided by x. Okay, and then press enter. So now we put a function in the function name y1. Okay, once you put an enter key, and then the cursor automatically move to the next function, which is y2. Okay, but we don't have the second function there. We just enter the function in the y1. Okay, have you done that? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I missed the x here, right? So let's double check the function is entered correct. 0.56x squared. See, I've missed the x here. Okay, let me see. Can I add it? All right, let's see. I move to 34.39. Okay, now let me insert. Okay, how to call insert function? Second, delete, and then press X. Okay, all right. So now let's double check again. Okay, 0.56x squared minus 34.39x plus 1212.57, and then plus, let me move down, 20,000 divided by x. Okay, yeah, now this is correct. Okay, every time make sure you always double check the function you entered in the computer is or calculator is correct or not. Otherwise, your answer will not be correct. Okay, if the function you input is wrong. All right, so now we would like to evaluate function, right? So we want to close this window. How to close this window? We need to call quit function, which press second and then mode. That's called a quit function. All right, and then evaluate function. Remember we learned last time, right? How to evaluate function. We use vars variable, right? Y variable to evaluate function. So let's do that. So call the vars function and then use arrow key, move to Y variables. And then the default is evaluate function, right? You either press 1 or press enter since the option 1 is already highlighted. So I press enter. Now all the function name is listed here. So we put our function into y1, remember? So we choose y1. So now function name should be on the screen. And then we need to given, right, the x value. So parentheses, and then we want to evaluate what is the average cost, right? Produce 30 computers per day. So put x equals 30 and then press enter. So this is the answer. Since C bar function represents a cost function, we need to round it off to the nearest cents, right? So that means we need to keep 2 digits after decimal, right? So in order to round it off, we need to put a backdoor right here, right? Behind the 3, and then look at the backdoor. Who is at the backdoor? 6. 6 greater than 5, so we need to add 1, right? Add 1 here. So the answer, y1 of 30. What is the cost? It should be $1351.53, 54 cents, right? We got a 1 rounded off. All right, and then repeat the same process. Evaluate, the cost to produce 40 computers per day, and then the cost to produce 50 computers per day. All right, let's do that. Call vars, and then move to y variables, select function, and then call y1, and then pass the parameter value. In this case is 40. Close parentheses, press enter. Okay, so it's 1232.97. Since we only have the 2 decimals, so that's all we want. Okay, no need to round it off. So we repeat the same process, pass a value of x equals 50. Okay, press vars, and then move to y vars, and then evaluate function, choose function y1, parentheses, pass the value of x equals 50, close parentheses, press enter. So C of 50 equals 1293.07. So again, this one is already keep the 2 decimal points, so we don't need to round it off. All right, so that is the first 3 part, right? We're done. A, B, C, we're already done. And then D part, we want to graph